All right, we'll see how many guys. Did you guys see my Instagram post earlier?
I don't think I've been on Instagram yet today.
Look what I got.
The picture, yeah, the Atari.
Atari. Oh, 2600, baby. Yeah, she picked it up at Target today. It's got like 160 games or some shit like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
I mean, Jason, you're probably not quite old enough to appreciate the Atari.
I believe I played on it once or twice.
Yeah, you're more
probably
like
not when it was new.
You were like Nintendo Genesis, right? Sega
Genesis. The original Nintendo. I remember my wife picked that up. The similar to that Atari there. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna break that open tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, what's up?
Let me know how your kids think about it.
Oh, they're gonna hate it.
That's what
it's weird too, because my kids have started to love the pixelated games. Like they love to go into that retro pixelated stuff, and I'm like, man, all we did when we were kids is pray and hope that one day we wouldn't have pixelated. And our kids are like, love the pixelated stuff. Yeah.
I know, like Minecraft is super popular, obviously. I mean, that's pretty basic, and it's coming back a little bit.
Yeah, my kid loves Minecraft, but we tried playing that Mike Tyson boxing on the Nintendo thing, and he was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, that's old school, man. So, Amir, hey, quick question. Would any morning times work for you for calls?
Saturday morning, it's about the only morning I have open.
Oh, really? Okay.
Morning, the early, we'd have to do it at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's not happening. Not happening. All right. Sweet. I think a couple more guys are going to show up, but so we talked quite a bit last week, Amir, and every time we get going, Jason has to leave, so we need to talk to Jason first here.
Okay.
So you saw my post earlier, Jason. You said you're in, right? So we're going to do this. It's not really a structured thing. It's going to be 30 days. And it's just going to be kind of us sharing at the end of the day, me leading it because, I'm going to do this for me too. So it's not just me structuring something for you guys and say, all right, you guys go do this. It's, I'm actually have to do it myself for my own specific goals. And because most of you have similar goals and most of you follow the primal type diet, I think it'll work pretty well. So Jason, you've always said that your biggest issue is eating, diet and, trying to figure out how to make it all work. Is that what you're still struggling with most?
Yeah, I think I love to eat. I know I love to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, up until probably 28, eating wasn't an issue. The pounds just seemed to shed themselves. So, even more so now with this new job. And I think I mentioned before in a couple of the groups that where 10,000 steps in a day was no problem in my last job. Now some days when I've left the watch at home because 2,000 steps may be all I get in a day's work, and that's trying to get up from my desk and making hot laps around the building. So, but that's going from a 200,000 square foot facility to a 40,000 square foot facility and a completely different level job. So, but the other big thing is, once we get into soccer season, my kid starts, so he's practicing now. And once he gets into his games, we'll probably be playing 3-4 nights a week. That's including the weekend games. And a lot of times practices kind of roll into right when my wife and I both get off work, which if we don't plan ahead of time, we end up grabbing a bite to eat on the way there. And being conscious of what we're going to eat probably would help half the things. Like I mentioned too, I think in some of those challenges, is the Subway salad fine? It's probably the best option you can get in some of these fast food joints. So I have made a conscious effort to try to start sticking to those more when I do go out to eat, because some days, while I don't really want to go out to eat, it's also just a nice break from being stuck in the same building at work. And and sometimes it looks a little awkward sitting in the grocery store deli, not doing anything. So,
Yep.
um,
Are you struggling with eating too much, or just you eating foods that aren't necessarily great for you, or both?
I don't probably. It's probably more of I'm a grazer.
Uh-huh.
I think when it comes to eating.
Like
So while
pork?
I don't sit and eat a bunch of huge meals, it's kind of like spending your money $2 or $3 at a time. And you don't realize it's gone
Mm-hmm. Yep.
as easily as, wow, how did I really equal up to 4,000 calories a day? Okay, well, I had this half a bag of M&Ms and whatever, this handful of trail mix here, and so on and so forth. And that's usually, I just lose track of those things. And that was another thing I think when it comes to food tracking, it was hard for me to track because of the grazing eating style versus, if I sat down and had a meal, you can plan out a meal, put onto one of your, MyFitness app or the food tracker.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's where I think my biggest thing is I just don't realize where it's going or how it's adding up most days.
Are you open to getting back into tracking, and you're just making a commitment to it, at least for
Yep.
a week or so?
I do. I try getting on there. And like I said, that's the other thing that's taking some adjustment is with this new job. Obviously, the burning of calories isn't as much. I'm not as hungry throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's more of a, I may have a handful of almonds that last me, I'll eat my breakfast in the morning. It's usually 4:50 in the morning, and I won't be hungry again until 9 o'clock. Grab a handful of almonds, which in actuality, if you just saying this, it's easy enough to just do if I planned it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just a planning thing. Usually most times it's just spontaneous. Couple of quick bite things at the desk that I can grab, handful of, a bag of almonds or keep some carrots in the refrigerator. So no, I've tried giving it a shot a couple times. I'm definitely not against it. But,
So what are your stats again? I think you told me. I'm not looking at it right now.
would you like me to zoom out and take my shirt off for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Mark's waiting for it.
I know he's been waiting a long time, but I'm gonna keep him waiting. No, 5'8", and right now I think I've weighed myself, which right after supper was 183. So,
And where do you want to be? Like, what's a good weight for you?
I'm happy anywhere from 175 to 180.
Okay.
So I'm not far off from where I want to be.
Uh-huh.
It's just changing the look more than,
Uh-huh.
I've been as much as 210, I think, with a lot of weightlifting. So while I still wasn't fat, it was just a lot of muscle going,
Mm-hmm.
where you go into the gym and doing just weightlifting, not a whole lot of cardio at the time. And I think that was over summer. And then once summertime, spring comes, my kid starts playing soccer, the natural running just comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And cardio's second nature to me come summertime and springtime. So usually it's kind of a gain weight in the wintertime, shed it all come spring. And now it doesn't shed as easily come springtime.
I hear you. So what are you going to do differently now? I mean, are you training right now consistently or not?
My kid practices once a week with his team, and then we do stuff here in the yard, providing at least 2 or 3 times a week.
So you're his coach. You're the coach.
This year I'm technically the assistant coach because he'll be moving on to a higher level team next year that I'll have to help out with.
But you're doing the drill. You're doing the drills with him.
Yep. Yeah, and I try to involve myself as much as possible with
What about
the
weights?
kids. I do some weights. So, when I'm doing the workouts here, obviously I mentioned that kind of tailed off a little bit with the increase of cardio side of things. But yeah, throughout those workouts, that's when I use the weights.
So I mean, I think it would help you if you were a little more structured with it. I mean,
Yep.
if you're gonna start cleaning up your eating, tracking it, just doing a workout whenever you can probably isn't the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, having a structured plan that you know exactly what you're gonna be doing on which day,
Mm-hmm.
take all the guesswork out of it, and just all right, I have to do this 35 minutes. I've got to do it, move on.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna just have to figure out how to work that into your schedule somehow, even during busy season.
Yeah. Oh, true enough.
So we'll talk about how to make that work for you, because once we start this, and we're starting today. I know Chris is in. Josh was in. Actually, y'all are in. It's not going to be, hey, I ate 2,147 calories and this is what it looked like. It's if you want to track, I think it's a great idea, but it's more so these are the choices I made. I did this for exercise. They should be doing something every day, and just keeping consistent. Chris has just moved and he's been all over the place and he's fallen off a little bit. So, he really needs this. So, yeah, I think that's going to help just to get in there. But you and I will have to talk, whether it's privately or, in the group itself. But we need to get you set up on something very specific where if you got to just tell me, hey, I've only got 3 days to really commit to training with weights, or some kind of strength training. And then I say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll make it work. But, I think you probably may have told me in the past, but I just need to know exactly what you have, what you're working with as far as your weights and everything, and then I can build around it.
Well, as far as what I have for weights in the house, I got a couple of 25-pound dumbbells, that 20-pound slam ball that we bought, 25-pound kettlebell. That's pretty much it for the weights.
You don't have a gym membership, right? I forgot.
No, I used to have one a couple of years ago when it was through my last job. I got a health discount that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the same thing, it got to be where the days I had free come summertime, my kid's going to practice and I had a limited time. It was either be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I realized 3 o'clock in the morning workouts, I was probably only working out about 70% effort because I knew I had a full day of work ahead of me. And the only effective workouts were after work. And then it turned out to be I had to maybe make it 2 times a week there. So at some point in actuality, it'd be nice, now that my kid's also getting bigger or older, it would be nice to just invest in another home gym. I just haven't made the commitment and effort yet.
Well, let me know before you do. I'll let you know what I think would be your best use of funds.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of crap out there that people buy that's just more or less worthless.
Yeah.
So, but the weights you have are fine for circus style workouts and cardio conditioning workouts, and I don't think your cardio is an issue. But you're going to need some heavier stuff to start, for strength training. This is not heavy enough for you.
Yeah.
So, like I told Amir, start searching Craigslist, and dumbbells are expensive. So if you can find a used set, somewhere, maybe harder in the middle of Minnesota where you're at, but it's out there. I mean, here near DC, obviously, I just opened up Craigslist and there's a million people selling cheap dumbbells. But
yeah,
that's what I was.
And I've also been checking out that Facebook Marketplace. Now that I've been back into it, I get notifications every once in a while when something new pops up within. I think I got it open to a 70-mile radius.
Okay.
For where we are. So
definitely, I mean, even if you don't have a bench or anything else, I can make it work for you. But you are going to need some heavier weights. I mean, you're probably if you're up 210 pounds, you're probably a pretty strong guy. So, I would think you're going to need up to 50s.
Yeah, I think when I tailed off with the with that workouts, I think I was curling 45, 50s, shoulder shrugs like 100-pound weights, and squatting till I just about blow out. So. But yeah, I don't know if I want to get to that point again, because
Yeah, you don't need to do that, but you are
Yeah.
going to need some heavier weights to help build the muscle. So,
Yep.
yeah. Well, before you check out tonight, get on the group and post. You don't have to tell me right now, but just put in there, just basically a rundown of what you ate today. That's
Okay.
gonna be where we're all going to start first. I mean, that's where, that's the most important thing. So
You want it on here, or do you want it on where you
Put it
put your weight earlier?
Yeah, exactly. Inside the Alliance Facebook group.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where everyone's going to post. I haven't quite figured out how to make that work because, things get lost so easily in there, and trying to track it is really difficult. So got to figure out maybe a pin post or something like that. I'll do that, or we can just go in and edit it. But I think that's probably the best way. We'll probably have 6 to 8 guys at least doing this for the next 30 days.
We could send it to your messenger, couldn't we?
What's that?
We could send it to your messenger, couldn't we?
Yeah, I'll just block you. No, I want everybody to see it because it's going to help. Because it's going to, if I fuck up, I'm going to put it in there unless I had this. I don't want you guys thinking that I eat this pristine diet and I never screw up. And, it's not the case at all, which is why I posted that today, is because the scale is not moving for me. And it's because when I look at my diet, it's good, but I'm eating too much. And especially at night. You guys deal with the same shit. Come 9:30, my dinner's now gone, and I'm like, I really could use something crunchy. So I go to the Triscuits and cheese, and next thing you know, it's like 500 calories worth of Triscuits and cheese, and you're still hungry, and you're like, shit, now what am I going to do? So that stuff happens to me all the time. So, yeah, so my goal is to be 180 at the end of this 30 days. Hopefully most of that is fat that I lose, but it's about 10 pounds. So that's something doable probably for all of you as well. So, yeah. So do that tonight, Jason. Post that. Let me create a pin post. I don't think we have a pin post in that group. So I'll put it in there, and we'll start just in that thread. We'll start adding. Put the date too. That'll help too. Just put 3/22. And that way we can keep track a little bit better, see if that works.
Another option you might look at, I don't know if everybody has access to Google, if you can do like a Google Doc or a Google Sheets and just share that, everybody can see it and update it. It just won't be, if you wanted to post it to Facebook, I guess you could, but that's another option.
Didn't we try that already? Was the last thing we did?
Yeah.
Did it work? Because I always have a problem with that.
Okay. All right.
I'm open to it.
I seem to remember it worked. It didn't work at first, but then you fixed it.
Yeah, that's true. That was that. That's right. It was like kind of like a Word doc.
We had to walk 10,000 steps, eat 4 green veggies, and do something else.
That's right. But it got kind of messed up, I think. It's hard. It's hard to ask every single guy that's doing this to go in and edit it. It doesn't usually happen that way. So, I'm open to suggestions, though. We can certainly try it. But anyway, so that's the idea for this 30 days, guys. Just post at the end of the day. This is kind of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is what I did for exercise, and then I can take a look at it and see, and just as long as you're not lying and you just be honest, hey, I really screwed up. It's fine. We'll just reassess it. But sweet. Did we already lose Jason? Where'd he go?
He's right
I'm
there.
still here.
Oh, I don't on my screen anymore. All right. Do you have anything else, Jason? Anything that I can do for you specifically?
No, I don't think I have anything pressing this week. So.
Okay. All right. Sweet. And I want to talk to Chris real quick because we haven't talked to him at all. I don't think you've ever been on one of these calls where I've seen your face on here. You've been hidden, but yeah. So it's still really quiet. I posted about that the other day, or maybe it was today, but it's been really quiet. I know you guys are busy, but I'm just really want you to feel like you can share. It doesn't have to be fitness stuff. I had a crappy day. I know Josh was going through some heavy shit, and he can't really talk about it. But there's stuff that we have going on that is difficult. Like that whole thing, you guys didn't listen to it all, but in that 10-minute rant that I went on about my ex-wife lying to my kids and like that whole mess. But, the idea is to be able to share stuff like that. And, maybe you have experience, and with 15, 16 guys in here, one of us is going to have, something to say and maybe something that will help. So that's what I'll just say is, I want you guys to use this, really just dump on there, as much as you can. So, but Chris, so I want to talk to you, Chris, specifically, because I know you just moved. Congratulations. And, you said you fell off, and I'm guessing maybe you put on a few pounds, and I know you were killing it for a while. And you've kind of gone back and forth, but where are you at now with all this, Chris?
It's been, can you guys hear me? I don't know if you can.
Yes.
It's been, I originally lost close to 60 pounds, probably about 8 months ago was the lowest I got down to. Maybe not. Yeah, probably about that long ago. But within the last 8 months, just between, I don't know if you remember, Steve, or if anybody else remembers, I had lost my job that I was at. So I ended up going to a job that I didn't really like, just to kind of as a bridge between what I'm doing now. So I really fell off because I was super depressed. I hated what I was doing. It was shitty hours, wasn't really good for me at all, really. Mm-hmm. And then I went through, this job change, which the reason I moved was because I lived so far away. I was commuting like an hour and a half each way, one way. So it was brutal. So that took out a lot of my opportunity to do any sort of structured workout or, eating well or anything like that. So I ended up putting back about 20 pounds of the weight that I lost, just over that time, 25 pounds, which sucks. That's kind of where I was coming from this morning on that post that I had earlier today. It was just once I finally had everything moved in and I was like, okay, what do I need to do now? So that's kind of where that post was coming from today. But it's that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm at in a better place where I have more time, because now it only takes me about 25 minutes to get home from where I'm working now. So it's a lot better situation. So apart from that, not just the workouts, but I'll be able to get more and better sleep, which is when I was losing weight before, that was a huge part of it. I was getting 8 hours of sleep regularly. That was a huge part of it for me too. And being able to meal prep and all of that kind of just went by the wayside with all of that. But because that was a huge part of what I was doing too, was I was meal prepping every week. Every Sunday I would get everything ready and for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it was super structured, but I lost all that when I lost the job that I had. So, but now like I said, I'm back to a place where it should be, I should be good to go. I should be back in a groove and not a lot of major distractions, that I'll be able to kind of, like I said, get my ass back in the gym and be able to meal prep and do all that. So.
Okay. So are you still in the job you don't like? Did I miss that?
No. I'm out of that job. Yeah.
So what do you do now? What are you doing now? Like, where are you working?
So I work at I work in the online division of a college, doing financial aid. So it's still a lot of sitting around. It's still really sedentary, but I mean, now that I have, time to work out, I'll be able to get that activity in either before or after work. Probably after, because I'm with Jason. I've tried doing morning workouts, and you feel like I feel like I only put in 70-80% because I don't want to expend all my energy before I even go to work. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have stayed away from those morning workouts. But I'm not in that job that I dislike anymore. Okay. Thank goodness. So.
All right. What college do you work at?
It's called Argosy University. They're a they used to be for profit, but they just switched to nonprofit. They got bought out by a nonprofit, so it's a lot better for us and for our students. We're able to service our students better. So
you driving north from where you live?
no, I drive south.
Okay.
South. I just hop on the 101 south, and I'm there. I'm at work, so it's pretty much all freeway. So it's not a huge deal.
Okay.
But, yeah.
What gym do you go to?
I was previously at Planet Fitness. When I moved, I was only on the $10 a month, so I could only work out at that one.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably just do the same thing because there's one less than a mile from me.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's literally right down the street. So I'll probably just end up going back there and really just picking back up where I left off, doing the same. I was just doing a push-pull leg split during the week. I would only really do one day of legs and mostly work on the push-pull, focusing on the push-pull, and just kind of do an all-around kind of easy leg day. So.
Yeah. Did you ever do?
But being a fat guy my whole life, my legs don't need a lot of work. So
you'd be surprised at how much your body composition will change if you focus on your legs, like the big muscles in your legs.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. But so, did you ever do? I don't remember if you did the Blueprint workout.
I started when I didn't really have all the stuff that I needed to. I kind of modified as much as I could with what I had.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't really. It's hard too when you go to a Planet Fitness or a really busy kind of discount gym like that to set up a circuit to be able to do that.
Yep.
So that's why I kind of stuck to that push-pull because it was just this, do 3 sets of this, 3 sets of this, 3 sets of this, and then I could.
All right. Well, you can do the strength training.
It wasn't so much a circuit. What was that?
I said you can do your phone's breaking up or your video's breaking up, but you can do the strength training piece of it, no problem. But the circuits, if you want to get back into that, maybe you're happy with what you're doing, but if you want to get back into it, let me know. We'll modify it because you just grab a pair of dumbbells and go in the corner, and I can give you, all the exercise you need with one pair of dumbbells and some body weight stuff, so you don't have to monopolize a section of it. And
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's just easier than because some of you guys probably go to the gym and you don't even know what you're going to do when you walk in the door, which is a terrible idea. You just kind of, I guess maybe bench looks good or do some curls or, it just doesn't work nearly as well as if you have an
Actually, I'd like to comment on that because the ideas that you've given me or the sets that you've given me, since our gym opens up at 5 o'clock at the college and I don't work until 7. My schedule's modified for the next month, but normally I'm there at 7. So I go in at 5:30 and I know Jason and Chris, is that your name, Chris? They said that they're tired for the rest of the day. Man, when I do it, I feel tired when I get in the shower, but once I get into the kitchen, I'm I have so much freaking energy. People are like, dude, you need to chill out. So I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm on my feet and I'm moving the whole time. Maybe sitting at a desk is a little different.
No, some people thrive morning workouts. Some people don't. I never have. I just hate morning workouts, just like these guys. But my girlfriend Shannon, she loves them. She'll work out at 5 a.m. and she'll be jacked all day long. So it energizes some. It just depends on the person. So if it works for you, good.
Well, yeah, when I was in high school, we had the swimming and water polo. What I was in, we were there at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah,
when you start then.
Yeah, it's a bit early. So Chris, you're going to join Planet Fitness. You're going to get back into the training. You're going to start planning again, meal prepping, moving a little bit more maybe. I know you said it's Jessica a lot. What are you going to do specifically? Because I know you want to get back down and you probably – how much weight do you want to lose ideally? Obviously the 20 that you regained, but what else? You still there, Chris? Oh, I think his thing froze. What's up with this thing?
Ideally, can you hear me?
Barely, yeah. Your video's not working, but you're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. Now can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Am I there?
Yep. You could probably kill the video. Maybe the connection will be
All right.
better.
Yeah, there you go. I'll try that.
All right.
As far as where I want to get to, I think where I've always wanted to get was around, like, because I'm 5'7", so I'm not a super tall guy. But I think what I've always wanted to get down around to was like 175. I'm at 230 now, like 235. So, I mean, I still would have a ways to go to get there. But like I said, I've lost almost 60 pounds, so I know I have it in me to do it. So, and that's about 60 pounds what I would need to lose now in order to get to where I would want to be.
Okay.
I'm doing the math right. So
when's the last time you were at 175 as an adult?
I probably never as an adult. Probably, I mean, I don't even think in high school I was 175. Maybe my freshman year, but I've always been overweight, and that's always kind of been where I've come from. So
Right.
Even as a kid, I think the last time you would consider me skinny was when I was like 5 or 6. You know what I mean? I've always been overweight. So
Where do you carry your weight mostly?
it's mostly in my stomach and my chest.
Okay.
Like upper body, like torso.
Okay. Okay.
So I one of the reasons why the weight call I had was I had
Breaking up again. Sorry, Ben, you're breaking
the
up.
skinny appendages syndrome. I had what my upper body looked like, and it was not a good look for me. So
Can you repeat that? I missed some of that.
oh no, I was just saying that one of the things that kind of made me start losing weight was I got to a point where I had this skinny I look like, and I was like, it's like my arms didn't belong on that body. That's how you can tell. That's where I carry all my weight.
Okay. Got it. All right. So you're starting tonight. I mean, I want to start this I don't even want to put it off, and I want everybody to get involved. It's going to be doing this right now. So I told Jason to post his food. I'm going to have you do this. Actually, I'm going to have all you guys do the same thing, your daily stuff. But so what do you think is the best way for me or the group to help you get back, on the path? Because I know once you're there, you're solid. But it's, it's so easy for most people just to fall back off for one reason or another. I know you're more stable now, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you see as a way for me to really help you, or the group to really help you?
I think just doing the accountability, this first 30 days, it's the whole, they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. So I think just having accountability this next 30 days will be huge for me.
Okay. Can you guys all commit to this? I know it's so much easier to say, yes, I'll do it. But, when it comes time to, I mean, it's just human nature, and especially guys, they just don't want to bother with it. So you end up not posting, so, I can't, I'm not going to hold it against you if you don't. I mean, but, I would like to have you all commit to at least giving your absolute best shot to these 30 days, because, there's no reason. I know all of you guys. I know there's no reason if your goal is fat loss, and I think everyone on this call wouldn't mind losing a few pounds, 10 pounds is certainly reasonable. The bigger guy like Joshua, you're 6'7" or 6'6", you're a huge dude, so you could probably lose a little more weight than the shorter guys. But 10 pounds is certainly doable. I think that'd be a big win. Amir, for you, I mean, you've been, I think, really struggling to get on track. I mean, you're so busy with work and stuff, but it seems like you have a lot of excuses, as to why you're not doing it. I mean, I gave you, a simple task of, contacting some people about some weights on Craigslist. This was a month ago. I even went on Craigslist on my own time and gave you the links to the specific weights, and you still didn't do it. So, we all have excuses, and I'm just saying, if I'm doing this with you guys, as a way to make myself better, and I want you guys to be there doing the same thing with me. So, there's no reason why we shouldn't all lose 10 pounds if we're doing the right things. Okay? We're not going to kill ourselves. We're not going to go super strict, 80-20 rule. Enjoy your life still, but you need to train hard and you need to be consistent with it. Something every day. You don't have to be training every day like me. Just train something. Do something every day. If you cannot get to the gym, if you cannot access weights, do something else. Take a long walk, go on a hike, find some hills, some stairs, something like that. But you have to get more active, especially for you guys that work at desks, which most of you. So, so that's going to be key. So, so Chris, keep in touch with your buddy. Hold him accountable, and he'll do the same for you. And really, I mean, use your buddies. I mean, you can reach out to really any guy, but I did put some thought into who I wanted to pair up with whom. So, I think you should be able to connect pretty well with them. Mm-hmm. So just reach out to them. I mean, call them, get them on the phone and say, man, I'm dying here. I cannot get my shit together. They're going to be there for you. So, anyway, yeah, I've been thinking about this for a while. That's why I kind of, when you posted that today, Chris, I said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it today. I've been kind of thinking about how do I want to structure this, what do I want to do, and I just said, you know what, let's just not wait any more longer. Let's just go for it. So, yeah. So tonight, Chris, after the call, I want to, put in good. Everything you've eaten today. It's not great. Same for all you guys. I just want to get an idea of where you're at. If you're overeating, undereating, eating too much crap, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't want to necessarily dissect all of your, I don't have the time for all that, but I do want to be able to help and look at it and say, well, this is definitely not going to work. So, yeah. So for example, Josh, what have you eaten today? I'm curious. All from the time you woke up to right now.
I had first a cup of coffee with heavy cream in it. And then for lunch, I had leftover boiled dinner, which was chard, corned beef, potatoes and carrots. Yeah. And had that for lunch. And then tonight for dinner, we had Korean barbecue tacos, which were chicken thighs with red cabbage and corn tortillas and onions, and then this Korean barbecue sugary sauce stuff that went on it too, and a Guinness, just alcohol. Yes.
Okay.
So that was today.
Okay. So who thinks that is a diet that you're going to lose fat on? Anybody? I'm just curious what your thoughts are when you hear that. Doesn't scream terrible diet, right? It heard some greens in there. You got your meat, some potatoes, a couple things that aren't primal, but not necessarily going full primal. But I don't know the portions you're eating. Remember, you're a huge guy, so you can eat a lot more calories than someone like me. How much do you weigh right now, Josh?
284.6.
Okay, so your calorie requirements are much
actually
higher than mine. So unless you ate a ton of those things, I'm guessing that you're probably short quite a bit on what you need. So I don't know if I'm sure we've gone through this before in the past. I don't remember off the top of my head what your number is, but I mean, it has to be somewhere around.
It was in the 3,000s somewhere. Yeah,
I
crazy.
mean, even if it's in the high 2,800 or something like that, it doesn't sound, even though there's some pretty heavy foods that you had in there, unless you ate a shitload of it, you're not going to hit those, so.
Yeah, no, I certainly was under, but I also took the hit because I'm in Maryland right now. And so you guys know that I like to post my steps every once in a while. So I'm not doing that here. So I'm pretty much doing back to the sitting on my ass all day at the desk thing for this week, which is fine. It gives me a break from doing all the steps. But and so I didn't really want to dive into any more food. I felt like, and I wasn't hungry either, which made a difference. There wasn't a time where I was just like starving myself at all. And I was satisfied after both meals I did eat. But so according to my app, my daily calorie goal is 3,069.
Okay.
And that'd be losing 1.5 pounds per week.
Okay.
So
for those of you that don't know, how some of that stuff is calculated. So I have, there's a tool called the Harris-Benedict formula, which is basically a formula that you plug a bunch of numbers in. It's your height, weight, age, activity level, and then it spits out a number, and then you multiply that by an activity factor, and then you take that number and then you reduce it by a percentage. So for most guys that want to lose fat, I do usually 20 to 25%. Is pretty aggressive, but it's not a set number. So it's, I usually do about 20%. So that's the number that come out with that ideally you're going to have to shed fat. Any more than that, you start risking losing muscle, and that's what happens when you severely undereat, and if it's too small of a margin, then it's real easy to overeat. So just remember, if your body, and this is not an exact science because there's so many things that play into how many calories your body needs. It's so easy because if you don't know what it is to overeat, right? If you say, well, I need 2,500 calories to lose fat, but it's really not 2,500 calories, and you eat 2,500 calories and you're in a surplus, you're never going to lose weight. So that happens to a lot of people. Well, I'm not eating, so that's why it makes sense to understand, how many you need and then to track it, right? And again, could be off by 100, 200 even. That's not an exact science at all, but you got to get close and then you see what works. So if you're doing the right things, you're eating the right foods, you're training hard, you should see it going in the right direction. And so that's how I track, for myself, for my clients, is has to move in the right direction. If it's not, something's not right. And usually it's the diet. You just those couple extra chips, that glass of milk, whatever it is, that even that apple, could put you into a surplus and you're screwed. You're not going to lose any weight. So, even if it's all broccoli, right? You have too many calories of broccoli, you cannot lose any weight. So just be mindful of that. So, so Josh, real quick, that, not great, quality of food, obviously not primal, but quality of food is maybe, a C, and we don't need A pluses by any means, but if we can average B pluses, we'll be fine. But that, something like that, I'd make some better choices with that. John, you're sitting here quietly. Can you hear me? Oh, you're in your car.
Hello.
What's up, man? Hey, tell me what you had today to eat so far.
I had a chipotle burrito bowl with no beans or rice, just veggies and chicken.
All right, what else?
That's it. Haven't eaten dinner yet. It's still only 6 o'clock here.
All right, no breakfast?
I had lunch about 11. We were kind of shopping with my son, and we decided to have a chipotle.
All right. So maybe 500 calories so far today?
Yeah, I'm way under today, but I'm going home and having a cheeseburger.
All right, well, okay.
And a salad.
All right. So, if you're going to join us on this 30 days, and if you're serious about losing fat, obviously, that's not going to work. So we can talk about specifics, but something has to change. You can't have a burrito bowl and then a cheeseburger and expect to start losing weight. So, again, you don't have to be spot on. You're not going to be eating salads and fish and chicken breasts and all that stuff 24/7, but you have to make better choices. I mean, you just have to throwing a salad at the end of that isn't going to help you. It's like having a Diet Coke and a Big Mac meal. It's just not going to work. So, you heard me earlier, John, when I said I want everybody that's doing this 30-day thing here to post every night in the group.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So put it in there. I mean, hopefully these guys, not just me, will give you a little bit of shit for eating that stuff. But I said, when you screw up and if you're going to eat that stuff, you're going to eat that stuff. But you can't expect that you're going to miraculously start dropping weight unless you make an effort. It doesn't really sound like much of an effort. But just change it. Start eating better. It's I'm not going to beat you up.
Either way, it wasn't a superb day by any means. It's spring break, spending a little time with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
No excuses. But
yeah, I get it.
And the weekend will be tough because I'm going out of town to umpire baseball games for the next 3 days. So food's iffy.
Yeah, you just have to plan. I mean,
okay. Yeah.
Bring a cooler. You're good to go, right? You could pack everything you need in a cooler. It's just a matter of will you? That's a big question, right? Most of us don't want to do it because it sucks, right? It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to not. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go grab a bite to Subway or wherever. Yeah, I mean that's the easy solution, but it doesn't work. So,
My favorite thing on days like that is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yep, delicious. Not going to help you either, but yeah. So
it's not going to help either.
Nope, definitely not going to help you. But again, I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to ride you about it. Some people are ready to hit it hard, and some people aren't. I mean, if you're not ready, that's fine. You can still take part, try to clean up your eating a little bit. Maybe you lose a couple of pounds. I mean, I don't know, but I think a couple guys in here are going to take this very seriously, myself included. So, I've been stuck at this weight for a while, and I'm training my ass off, but the scale's not moving, which has to do with me. I mean, I'm 46, and 10 years ago it would have flown off, and I would have already lost 15 pounds, no problem. But 46, I'm fighting metabolism here, and so I've got to double down my efforts and do what clean up my eating just like everybody else. So I spent most of my life eating anything and everything, and I was a string bean. I mean, I couldn't even put on weight for years until I was 35. I was 160 pounds, couldn't get above 160 pounds, and then boom. So so just start posting in the group at night in the Facebook group what you're eating. And,
You got it.
Yeah. So it looks like we lost a couple guys here. Must have checked out here. Mark, you have anything to add, my friend?
Not really.
Okay. I still want to hear from you about, and Amir wants to hear from you about our conversation last week.
No, I know. And I've been listening to that blog, dude.
Yeah.
That guy, that thing, he has so many freaking ideas. I mean, I'm like blowing up with ideas of what he's like taking me in almost a totally different direction, which is good, but it's also bad because I thought I was on point, on track. And then it's like, oh shit, no, there's so many other ways that I can do it. But
yeah, just be careful of, you get paralyzed by too much information. It's happened to me so many times where there's so much coming at you and you do nothing because you just don't know what to do. There's just too much. I spent years doing that, so be careful of that. I would find a few things and then hone on that.
Well, this one I read, this girl, she has like this vegan stand. I'm not big into vegan, but her idea, she has this cart behind her bike. She rides her bike everywhere. And instead of like having a food truck or a trailer behind her car, she rides everywhere, which I thought, dude, that's like beautiful. I mean, talk about the epitome of health.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could, run some healthy dishes on there or whatnot and be able to do it and be exercising at the same time and like get to know the city and everything else. And Springfield, if you've never been to Springfield, it's very flat and it's very geometric. There's not a lot of curves. It's, the streets run north and south and east and west. So,
okay.
But that was one thing that I was going to contact my friend Danny. He works for the Chamber of Commerce up in Springfield about, what sort of permits I need to get, because whenever you do something like that, that is one of the biggest stumbling blocks, is making sure you have all the proper permits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. To give you some context here, John, you weren't in this conversation last week, but it was the three of us. Mark's a chef at a college, but he's got these kind of ideas and ideally would love to have his own food truck business. So we started talking about that for a while and, bouncing ideas, and I gave him some resources to look at. So that's what we're talking about right now. He's doing some research on the possibilities and kind of what's out there for him.
Let me know if you need any help, Mark. I was a chef for 25 years.
Oh, were you?
Oh, yeah.
My menu I have down. The food cost I have no problem with. Getting all of the hardware is not a big deal. It's just able to work with the city and find out what their guidelines are. That's my biggest hurdle that I need to get over.
Yeah, shoot me an email or shoot me a personal message, and we can chat on that, because I can help you with some of the shortcuts and some of the questions you're going to have to ask, because every city's different. You have to have a commissary and all kinds of stuff that'll bore everybody else on here. But
right,
it's a nightmare until you get it started, and then it gets easy. So you just got to not get frustrated getting it started.
I know, and the food trucks, the few food trucks that are up there, that's what several of the people have told me is, getting started was the hard part, but once it got started, it like blew up. Because all of them are so radically different. No one has any idea that really infringes upon anyone else. The only similar they have is that they're food trucks. That's the only similarity. But all the cuisines and all the styles of cooking are totally different.
Yeah, out here in Tucson, there's a lot of bars and breweries that don't have kitchens that contract food trucks to come and hang out during their business hours, because, if you don't serve food, people are going to get drunk too fast and they want to sell beer.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of places out here that don't have a different food truck every night. And, on Fridays they'll have a couple. And there's 100 different food trucks out here. No two food trucks are the same.
Right.
Okay.
So
yeah, hit me up sometime. Like I said, I'm out of town this weekend a lot, but after Monday, hit me up and I'll give you some ideas, see if I can help.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, dude.
'Cause, yeah, I know the restaurant business. It's a bitch, but it was fun for 25 years, and I don't miss it.
Oh, you don't miss it?
I don't miss it.
Oh, I got into real estate for about 2 or 3 years, and I missed being in restaurants. I can't stay out of it. And being at a school, it's like the dream restaurant. You have turnover every 12 weeks. So it's like getting a whole new crew every 12 weeks.
Yeah. I would like to go back I'd like to go teach at a high school, teach cooking there, I think, but I don't ever want to get back into a restaurant business full time.
It's not for everybody. That's for damn sure.
It was all I did for 25 years, but it's just not conducive to family and life.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
All right.
Hey guys, so I want to wrap it up here in a minute, but Amir, anything on your mind, my man, that you want to talk about right now before we wrap it up?
Back under control and get back to exercising again. The last 2 days, I just haven't had time to do it. Pretty much glad you started the program again, so I can commit to eating the right things. And the doctor told me you've got to drop, or he said get below 200. So when he weighed me last time at his office, it was 218. That same day I weighed at home, it was 213. Saturday I weighed myself, I was down to 209. So we'll try to do that difference between what I've got and what the doctor has, and he said he needs me to stay below 200. So it's health now. I have to stay below 200.
All right, so we got 10 pounds or so, and 30 days to do it, right?
Right.
You gonna do it?
My closer.
There's no reason you can't do it in 30 days. With all of
That's
us
right.
doing this, we're all doing this together, right?
That's right.
There's no reason. So
Yep.
it'd be really important for you to start posting, every night, and
Okay.
I'll be able to see exactly what you're doing. But I need you to start training, man. You need to start moving, like push up. I don't care if it's in your apartment, crunches and wall sits and planks and push ups and that kind of stuff. But it's got to start happening.
Okay. Yep.
All right, I'm holding you to it, Denzel.
Okay.
All right, anybody else?
I did start moving an investment property. I got the numbers today, and my broker's going to run the rest of the numbers. So hopefully by next week, I'll be able to buy a duplex.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
That'll be
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah, good. That's cool. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Were you going to say something, Mark?
Yeah. Do we get a preview of what you're going to murder us with next month?
Nope. No, next month I am doing the half Murph challenge. That's going to come out in mid-April. Did you guys do that last year at all? I know, John, you weren't part of this yet, but Mark, did you or Amir?
I tried.
No,
I couldn't do it.
All right. Are you doing this Dirty 30 at all, Mark? Where are you at with that?
No, dude, I'm current and ride my bike, and I hit the jib, and I'm current.
Come on. You're current?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. If you can do the Dirty 30 and you're current on that, then you can do the half Murph. I mean, the half Murph is probably actually a little bit harder, but you could do it.
Okay. I had to tell my baker today, you saw those cookies? He makes everything from scratch, the motherfucker, and everything is so damn delicious. My sugar intake has been like going through the roof. And that's why it's like I'm at a standstill. It's like no matter how hard I work out, I'm still eating like 50,000 calories a day.
Uh-huh.
You have to run away from the cookie.
Well, I'll show you what I'm dealing with.
He's like, no, I need you to taste it. I need you to taste it. I go to the students. The students are the ones who are going to eat it. Go take it to them.
This is what I'm dealing with here. Let me see if I can get a picture of this. You see that?
Oh, look.
Look at the adorable Easter
Shannon's
cookie.
like this master baker also, and she spent like 3 hours baking these sugar cookies and then decorating them, and they're sitting right next to my computer all day long. Yeah, that's what
And I'm sure that they smell terrible, right?
Oh yeah, they're horrible. Luckily, I like chocolate chip cookies a lot better, so it's not too bad, but they're still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna post in the group in a minute, and just I'll make a pin post, and then we'll just use that thread every night. Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
All right, and then hit me up if you need anything. Okay, guys.
Will do.
Cool.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Take it easy,
All right,
brother.
thanks.